After only 5 months as an au pair in the state of Pennsylvania, Joanna Lopez had enough with conditions at her host family's home. Au pairs are supposed to work regular hours, but her host mom had no reservations about texting her at midnight. Complaints about how she was being treated were ignored by her au pair sponsor agency.
I reached my local coordinator 4 times, and in these times I didn't think that she helped me a lot.
Nor did the Colombian agency that had sold her on getting a true American experience.
I reached also 1-800 with my counselor, that was a person who told me that everything was all right, and tried to compromise with my family and tried to do an agreement with them, but she didn't offer me like a real solution.
Fed up, Joanna quit and bought her own plane ticket back to Colombia.
I was expecting more about all the people who manage those kind of programs.
And that, critics say, is a major problem with the popular au pair program, a lack of oversight. Joanna was one of 3 au pairs who cycled through the same Pennsylvania home between October 2018 and November 2019. All moved on after making similar complaints, including sleeping on a mattress on the floor as shown in this video, being forced to do house cleaning, and not getting enough food.
I was feeding myself with the food for the kids, because when I asked her to go shopping, she told me that she didn't have too much time to go shopping.
Emails provided by the au pairs show that it took months for their complaints to reach managers at Au Pair Care, the sponsor company that placed them. These companies use local counselors known as LCCs to monitor au pairs and mediate complaints. But the system broke down for Joanna and the others. The U.S. State Department runs the au pair program as part of its exchange visitor initiative, but it hands most oversight to the private au pair agencies themselves.
There is so much discretion afforded to the sponsor agencies, right down to the level of the local counselors who, if there's an au pair who's complaining about a situation, that information about the exploitation may not get beyond the local contact.
VOA News reached out to Joanna's host mother, who denied any wrongdoing. She no longer hosts au pairs. In Bogota, the local agency that recruited Lopez for Au Pair Care declined to answer questions, citing the participants' privacy. So did Au Pair Care. For its part, the State Department said it takes complaints seriously and reviews the sponsors for compliance every 2 years. But the department declined to say how often it has sanctioned sponsors or to provide its annual reports to VOA. Such secrecy frustrates critics of the au pair program.
We cannot have any access to financial data, economical data, etc. It's a business that nobody knows how it works.
One State Department report published by Politico showed some 3,500 complaints like Joanna's in 2015 alone. Most were resolved by terminating the au pair, and only in a small fraction of cases was the host family terminated. In 2018, a coalition of labor rights groups produced a blistering study about the au pair program.
There were instances of sexual harassment or not enough food or privacy, and then also some more extreme cases in which there was trafficking.
But little has changed since the report's release.
Probably going to require Congress to step in and tell the State Department how to change the program or to switch the program to another agency.
The sponsor agency's lobbying group sent VOA a statement noting that the State Department regularly reports high satisfaction rates from both au pairs and families. But critics say that is not their point.
There are a lot of au pairs who come here and who have a fantastic experience because they happen to land with a fantastic family. My complaint about the program is that there's not enough in the structure to ensure that when that doesn't happen, that the au pairs are protected and they have access to justice.
Justice eluded Joanna Lopez.
Sending a person to a place where she knows no one and have her face a situation like that is very hard.
She also lost more than $1,400 paid in program fees, airfare, and other expenses. But that wasn't the worst part.
It was heartbreaking to inform my family that I was coming back, because I felt like a loser, like a person who lost the time, who who lost a good experience. I mean, who lost the things that I really expected to do.
Verónica Valderas Iglesias for VOA News, Bogotá.